Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Clangin and Bangin with Mikey, episode 221. And I know the Final Four happened yesterday. I don't know who won either game, but I've been hearing rumors that Duke choked. But then again, what's new, right? Um. Anyway, man, this podcast, what we're gonna talk about is knowing how to be there for people, bro. When I say people, but knowing how to be there for yourself too. A lot of people don't know how to be there for themselves, man. Meaning they don't know how to put up boundaries. They don't know how to put up yeah, they don't know how to put up boundaries. And I think when you don't know how to put up boundaries, you end up getting run over, used, misused and abused. Cause Duo Santana said something I'll never forget. He said, "Man, we're all here to get used. We're just not here to get misused." And when you think about it, it's true. Everybody has a role. Everybody does. It's like I know dudes. They could fix anything under the hood of a car. Some of my best friends were doing that shit. But you stick them in the physics class and they struggle. But you stick them underneath the hood of a car, they know exactly what to do. And it's crazy because it's the same thing. It's a different environment. And I think a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, so and so, this and this and that. I'm like, nah. It's like what it comes down to is the fact that a lot of people don't know what their gift is, or they find out what their gift is, and they just are too afraid to go after it, man. I've never understood that. I've never understood having a gift, having something that you know you're good at, but not pursuing that. With me, it's words and music. It's poetry shit, right? Um, I think once you find your gift, once you find your passion, you stick with that. And you try to make a living off of that, right? Me and my partner was talking about that the other day. He's a little bit younger than me. Um, he's in his late 20s, and he was telling me all this shit. And I was like, yeah, dog, it's like, just keep focusing on yourself, keep working on yourself, and like the right person gonna come. You know what I mean? She may have a gang of kids, you know. She may have X, Y, and Z with her. She may be single. This may be her first serious relationship. But you gonna tell the difference because it's like women like that, man, like they not gonna sit there and like play games with you. Then they not gonna sit there and like waste your time because it's like we don't have any time to waste. Once you hit 30, it's a wrap, dog. It's like you better go work on yourself and you better go fix what needs to be fixing. Because a lot of times people be like, oh yeah, I didn't. Like, no, it's like you didn't fix what needed to be fixed. So why would somebody else want to come in and work on a project? And it's like me and my partner was talking about that too. And he said, yeah, man. He's like what people fail to realize is that we're all projects. It's like none of us is complete. It's like, yeah, true, 100%. I actually had a shorty tell me this years ago. She's like, well, go find another project to work on because I'm an independent woman. This and this and that. I'm like, number one, you're not a project. And number two, you're not independent. You're dependent. You just think you're independent. You know. But yeah, it's like that shit to me was crazy because it's like when that person said that to me, and I'm like, yo, you think you're a project? That means like you don't think that highly of yourself. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah. You just refer to yourself as a project. You're not a project. If anything, you're anything but that. And this individual didn't believe me, and I'm like, yo, like why would I lie? Doesn't make any sense for me to lie about that. Doesn't make any sense for me to be saying X, Y, and Z when I know it's not true. I just think that like when people say shit like that, go find another project, because I'm not a broken woman. Man, it's been years since she's told me this shit, but it's like I'll never forget what she said, man. It's like, damn, it's like, you really think that, huh? And because all a relationship is, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, is like, people will hold up mirrors to what you still have to work on. And I don't care if you've been dating for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, married, X amount of years. It doesn't matter. It's like people will constantly hold up a mirror to what you have to work on, and the same for you too. No relationship is perfect. No relationship is gonna be without its dramas. I've counseled people. When I say counsel people, I mean, because I'm not a therapist by any means, but I've had people call me, my friends call me, ask me for advice. I'm like, yo, first off, man, you have to stop expecting you from other people. They're like, what? I was like, yeah, you stop expecting you from other people. Because it's clear that's what you're looking for. You're looking for another version of you in somebody else. And if you're not getting the other version, then why are you still in this situation? It doesn't make any sense, right? Because it doesn't. And I strictly tell people, like, hey, man, it's okay to be by yourself. It doesn't make you less of a person because you're single. It doesn't make you less of a person because you date somebody who has kids. It doesn't make you less of a person because, your first stage relationship, like mine, was at 35. Is at 35, I should say. And it's like, that's what a lot of people don't realize, man. It's like, yo, it's like you have to realize that it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to be working on yourself, working on your goals, and it's okay to be buying books off Amazon and reading everything that comes out. It's like, it's okay to have it's okay to follow your passions. It's okay to do everything that you want to do, man. Because I keep telling people, the right person's gonna come and they're gonna add to that. They're gonna add to that. They're not gonna subtract from that. There's like another partner of mine, same thing. Like, his girl was saying all kinds of crazy shit, talking out the side of her neck, and like, I told him point blank, I was like, dog, it's like, okay, my man, I love you, my nigga. I got love for all my partners. But how long you gonna stay put in a situation where you constantly get disrespected, dog? How long you gonna stay put in a situation where where you're gaslit, and you're constantly, being told this is what you're doing and this is not what you're doing? How long are you gonna stay in a situation where it's clear that you're over benefiting the situation? And I love all my friends to death, bro. I don't have many friends, but my thing is like, you're not fitting to disrespect me, and you're not fitting to get the same version of me. Now, I could see if I was out there doing some fuckboy shit, moving funny, doing X, Y, and Z. But when I'm not, and you accuse me of doing that, yeah, of course I'm gonna feel a certain way about it, cause I'm, but at another point in time, I'm not gonna defend myself. But like, yeah, you can believe what you want to believe. You know what? Yeah, like, you can believe what you want to believe. If that's what you want to believe, that's fine. But I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna change your mind. I'm not gonna do X, Y, and Z because it's pointless. It's pointless for me to do that because it's clear that you already have your mind made up. And when you have your mind made up, it doesn't matter what I say. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, man. It's like I tell my coworkers all the time, I'm like, hey, be careful what you say out of anger, man, because what you say out of anger, you mean that shit. It's like you don't you don't want to sit there and say something out of pocket and say something when the emotions are so high. It's like I ran across this one post on my Instagram story, and I posted it a while back, and it said, women make emotional decisions when their emotions are here, high, and it was a curve. It was a bell curve, and all the energy was focused in the curve, right? Um, and then on the bottom of the photo it said, "This is where you should make your emotional decisions." And it was the same thing, but the emotions weren't concentrated in the curve. It was concentrated throughout the whole image, and it's true. Um, I think making decisions based off any a highly intense emotional situation is like it's reckless. It's stupid because number one, I think a lot of people have been hurt, and the older we get, bro, the more we realize that there's a lot of fucking broken people walking around. There's a lot of fucked up people walking around. There's a lot of people who think they have it together. People who think they mask it, whatever not, and they don't. You know, a lot of the times it's people not realizing like, yo, it's like, it's okay not to be okay. You don't have to put up a front. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z because you don't. And I think that's the most important thing, man. Is to realize that, yo, I'm fucked up right now. You know, that last relationship really fucked me up. You know, I can't believe he or she cheated on me. You know, but the thing about it too, like I've known people, they get into relationships and every single relationship is like they've gotten cheated on. I'm not saying that it's right. What I'm saying, if you've been in 3, 4, 5, 6 relationships and all them shits ended up with you being cheated on, maybe it's you. Maybe it's something that you have to work on, that you have to get better at, because obviously nobody goes out looking for something else when they have it. I'm gonna say it again. Nobody goes out looking for something else if they have it. People are like, what? Like, yeah, think about it. It's like, if you're doing everything, if you're fucking your girl, or if your girl is fucking you, doing all kinds of crazy shit in the bedroom, if you whining and dining her, if she's whining and dining you, if she's doing everything that you ask her to do, bruh, you're not gonna fuck that up, You're not gonna do what I call an Iman Shumpert. That boy is stupid. His wife gave him everything that he wanted, and the nigga still cheated. But yeah, it's like I tell people all the time, bro. It's like you gotta make sure that you showing up for yourself in a relationship. It's like I think too often, too many people, they forgo their individuality, and then oh well, like I'm this person's girlfriend, or he's my boyfriend, or I'm his wife, or he's my husband. It's like nah. It's like yeah, titles are cool, dog. Titles are great, but it's like your individuality is the main thing, bruh. Like I ain't gotta be wrapped up on you 24/7. I ain't gotta be told, like I don't want you wrapped up under me 24/7. Like nah, baby, you don't have to go with me to the grocery store. Niggas is cool. It's like I'm just gonna be gone for 20, 30 minutes, whatever. And it's like, but it's like it's shit like that. It's like or you kicking it with your homegirls, whatever it is. Like yeah, okay, cool. Just let me know. It's like you ain't got to check in with me, every hour on the hour, bro. I was like, nah, niggas ain't doing that. And honestly, I think it's weird. But then again, too, you got to realize, man, there's like a lot of people who are like that, and I say people because it's both men and women. They'll do that shit because it's a trauma response. They'll do that shit because it's like their exes did it to them and they accused them of doing X, Y, and Z. It's like, nah, baby, like I'm like niggas is cool. It's like I ain't gonna get out of pocket because of that, So, but yeah, it's like to me, it's wild, bruh. It's like losing your individuality or putting that shit to the side when you know you the bigger person and when you know you got more to offer, right? And then it's like, yeah, it's like nah, it's Like, I want people to be the best version of themselves, not just the best version of themselves single. I want you to be the best version as a girlfriend, fiance, wife, mother, aunt, sister-in-law, you know, daughter-in-law, whatever it is, bro. I want you to be the best version of you, not just taking this title and being like, or this is all I am. No, mm-mm. Not even close. And I think that's where, like I said, a lot of people get screwed up at, man. It's like they want to be like, oh yeah, it's like no, like you need to go find somebody who actually values you for you. You know, not none of this bullshit like, oh yeah, waiting like like waiting on a motherfucker hand and foot. Like nah, this ain't 1950s, bro. You know, I ain't saying that like a nigga doesn't like a home cooked meal, but I don't expect you to make dinner all fucking week. Or like let me be in the kitchen and like let me chef up something real quick, right? I mean, it's like or let me plan an impromptu date night. Be like, baby, be ready by X amount of time and wear that fly ass dress that you just bought. Where we going? Don't worry about it. I got it. It just shit like that. And it's like I think a lot of people don't realize that, man. It's like it's like it's bigger than that, you know. And a lot of people don't think that like that shit matters, but it's like the old saying goes, man. It's like continuously date your spouse or date your whether you're in a dating stage or whether you're married. It's like you gotta date people continuously. You have to treat them like you first got them, because nobody wants to be like I said, in the very beginning, nobody wants to be misused and abused, because we're all here to get used. We're not here to get misused and abused. And people get comfortable. People get they get very set in their ways, and it's like, it's bigger than this. It's bigger than your feelings. It's bigger than what you think it is. And because I tell people all the time, like I've said numerous times in several episodes, your feelings are valid, but your feelings are only valid to you. Just because you feel a certain way, it doesn't mean that everybody else is gonna feel a certain way, right? It's like if you tell somebody like, oh, so-and-so did this, boom, 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 boom. Like, oh, I'm like, that's fucked up. But what did you do to make that person feel that way? They'd be like, what? Yeah, what did you do to make that person feel that way? Because there's no way that this individual felt this, him and her felt this way just off rip. They'd be like, what? Like, yeah. Like, obviously you did something to make them upset to the point where, that they brought it to you like this. So what did you do to make them feel this way? And I think a lot of people, they don't take that into account. They don't take how they do things or what they say or how they say it into account. I've lost friendships because it's like I've literally asked people like, yo, like, did you mean to gaslight me the other day? And and they laugh at the question, not knowing I'm dead ass serious. I'm like, yo, and I say, you know what, take care of yourself. And I end the friendship right there. I block, I delete, I do everything, man. Because it's like, yo, like, if we can't have a simple conversation, then what's the point of us ever communicating on any level? Because there's no point. There's no point for us to sit there and have a conversation. And that's what it is, man. It's like, it's like people need to stop doing this shit. Stop thinking that people will put up with their disrespect. Because there's somebody out there, who's not gonna do what people have done to you. Because at a certain point in time, you have to realize that, it's your responsibility to catch these red flags. It's your responsibility to do X, Y, and Z. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna end up in the same situation. Like, I ran across this old reel last night, and this woman was saying, well, like, if she's not younger than me, if she's not prettier than me, if she's not skinnier than me, then why couldn't it just be me? And he was like, because she's soft. You know, it's because she doesn't yell at me. She doesn't tell me to shut up. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't call me stupid. She doesn't shoot down my ideas. And she doesn't make me feel like the only person, the only thing that's not, who's stopping her from being happy is me. And like the look of realization on this woman's face was was very poignant. It was permanent. It's paramount, right? You know, it's like you could see the reality of the reason why he cheated was because it's not that he wasn't getting what, you know, it wasn't nothing physical. It was like, yo, he got tired of being disrespected. He's like, he was like, yo, I'm doing everything in my power and none of this shit is working. You know, like none of it is working. And like you read the comments and of course women backing up women. Some women are saying, yeah, well, you know, it was your fault, this and this, and I'm like, no, it's not, man. It's like, I think a lot of people, they get stressed out and they don't realize that you have to back your partner 24/7. Even if you don't believe in what they're doing is gonna work 100%, you still gotta back them. You know, like you can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, X, Y, and Z. Like, no, it's like, you know, it's like if you have a dream or goal, go out there and do it. You know, like don't be handicapped because of, oh, I didn't go to college or I didn't do X, Y, and Z. You know, I barely graduated high school. It's like, so what? If you got a dream, you gotta go out there and get that shit done. Like, stop thinking you have to have some sort of certificate or degree to go get something done, because you don't, man. And I wish a lot more people would not be handicapped by that. I wish a lot more people would just be like, you know what? Let me go off and see if this thing works. And if it fails, great, because I know exactly what not to do. You know? And if it works, great. I know exactly what to do for the blueprint. It's like my boy told me something when he played at NFL. He said, dog, because he used to have these camps and everything, right? He used to put on these free camps every summer. He still does it too. And he said, man, he's like, dog, all you gotta do is be right once. I was like, what? He said, yeah, bro. All you gotta do is be right once, and that's the blueprint, my nigga. I sat down, I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, my dude right. All you gotta do is be right once, and that's it. That's all that matters, bro. Anyway, y'all, this is about 23 minutes of your life that y'all won't get back. Hope y'all keeping it full, peace, private player, positive pushing. See y'all next week. Love y'all. And like I always say, man, know your worth because you're better than what you are. Peace. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful Sunday. Ghost.